It's time now for a look at in local sports and sports high school baseball season got underway last night as Wayne County hosted Appling County with a great crowd on hand. Appling jumped out to an early 5-1 lead and hung on for a 6-4 victory. Appling scored 6 runs on 8 hits while the Jackets scored 4 runs on 5 hits. After the game, here are some of the comments from head coach Justin McDonald.
That's the guys you want to see. I love winning, but I love winning playoff games. And everybody wants to talk about wins and total wins for Coach Vidal. That means nothing to me. I want to know how many playoff games this program's won, and that's what we're tuning up to get to. And I don't want that to sound selfish, and not that we don't take them for granted. I'd never take a win for granted, but this is a long season. You got 29 more of these things, and it's a process. And my 15 years of being here and 12 or 13 as a head coach, this lineup is going to be different by the end of the year. And, hopefully, we continue to get better and guys kind of find their roles. And, it's never the same exact lineup as far as who's batting in what spot. It takes a while to get that continuity with it and the comfort level for these guys. And, the great thing about it, we got a bunch of guys in that dugout that is competing every day at practice, competing in the game and, trying to find their way into the lineup. And, I want it to be hard on me to make the lineup. And, I feel like right now we're going to leave somebody out because we've got a bunch of guys that's just getting in there and competing. And, that's their job, and it's our job to put them in situations to be successful. But I can assure everybody we'll be better on Tuesday.
And once again, the Jackets' next game will be Tuesday. Pierce County comes to town. Game time Tuesday, 6 p.m. Our pregame will begin at 5:50 right here on Big Dog Country, FM 105.5. In the final last night, Appling County 6, Wayne County 4. Varsity soccer teams hosted New Hampstead yesterday. Both teams win by shutouts. The varsity girls win 4-0. The boys win 5-0. Varsity tennis teams were down at Glen Academy yesterday. Glen wins both matches 5-love, but Susanna Duke Barton played for almost 2 hours, eventually losing her tiebreaker 12-10. Her final score was 7-5, 3-6, 12-10 in the tiebreaker. Again, the girls and boys tennis team down at Glen Academy. Oklahoma and Texas will be joining the SEC after this 2023-2024 season a year early as they agreed yesterday to pay the Big 12 a total of $100 million to get out of their contract and join the SEC a year early. The agreement is subject to final approval from the Oklahoma and Texas governing boards. Big 12 is adding BYU, Central Florida, Cincinnati, and Houston, and they'll compete in a 14-team league season this year. Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre suing Shannon Sharp and Pat McAfee for defamation, accusing Favre of stealing taxpayers' funds and knowingly misusing the funds designed to serve poor people. Favre's lawsuit says they have attacked his good name and that he's not been charged with anything. Favre remains part of a large welfare fraud scandal in Mississippi, but hasn't been charged with any wrongdoing at this time. $77 million in public money from temporary assistance for needy families went to the pockets of rich people in Mississippi. According to a state audit, Favre was paid $1 million in funds for speeches, but Favre says he's paid that money back. Once again, Favre suing both Shannon Sharp and Pat McAfee. Super Bowl 57 set for this Sunday, and every time I think Super Bowl, I can't help but think about that classic line that Wayne County legend Len Haas said about Super Bowls. By the way, he played in Super Bowl 7 when the Miami Dolphins completed their undefeated season by beating Len's Redskins. But for years, I and Len would sit down for 30 minutes to do a Super Bowl preview show, and his classic line about the Super Bowl was, quote, "The Super Bowl is the same circus with just a different set of clowns," end quote. Well, this year the clowns are the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs' young quarterback, in his third Super Bowl in the past 5 years. He's currently 1-1, looking for his second Super Bowl ring. Oddsmakers favor the Eagles. Most believe the Eagles have the advantage on both lines of scrimmage. Many still wondering how well that ankle of Patrick Mahomes is after he suffered a high ankle sprain a few weeks ago. He says he's healthy and ready to go Sunday. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game. I've got the Chiefs winning by 10, 38-28. To me, Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in the NFL. Andy Reid, the best coach in the NFL. This is really the Andy Reid Bowl. He's the all-time winningest coach in Philadelphia Eagle history. He's just 2 wins shy of being the all-time winningest coach in Kansas City history. One of the great storylines is the first time in Super Bowl history, 2 brothers playing against one another. In the Super Bowl was the Kelce brothers square off. Travis Kelce, a big part of the Kansas City Chiefs offense. I think he has another big game. Hopefully Rihanna puts on a nice halftime show. Chris Stapleton to sing the national anthem. Looking forward to that. Commercial is always a big part of the Super Bowl. Hopefully some funny and memorable ones on Sunday. Enjoy the weekend and the game. After Sunday, there will be no doubt that Tom Brady's retired. Aaron Rodgers is spending 4 days in the dark, and the best quarterback in the NFL at this time is Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. So go Chiefs. Again, the Super Bowl Sunday, the same circus, just a different set of clowns. That's going to do it for the latest in local sports.